Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we are going to be discussing today is something that is happening today. And when I found out about this, and I'm like, not again. Why can't they just stay home like the rest of us and raise their families? But anyway, before I get started, let me introduce myself. Hello, my name is Autumn, and on this channel, we talk about current events that are happening here in this country as well as abroad in other countries. I do have a Patreon channel. The link is in the description box below, and over there, we talk about stuff that we can't talk about here due to YouTube's terms and policies. I like to do some deep diving and digging and go down rabbit holes and things like that. So that's what you will find over there. And you do get a free week of like trial type thing, like a free trial over there. So please come and join me over there and help support my Patreon because we do have great fun over there. So what we're going to be talking about today is, you know, how we have, some people say we have a two-party system. Some people say we have a three-party system, whether it's, Democrats and Republicans or Democrats, Republicans, and independents, right on. Well, the one side is going to be protesting today. And it's called Hands Off National Day of Action. Now, the last time we heard from them, they were having a quiet riot. No, not the heavy metal band. Stop it. But National Day of Action is to stand up against those who believe that they can take whatever they want. This is what they're saying. Which is their democracy, their future, and their rights. Okay. In my opinion, okay, this is my unprofessional opinion, okay, no one is doing that, okay, no one. But I guess, you're entitled to your opinion, but in my opinion, no one is doing that, okay?
All right, so everyone's doing it, and I'm doing it too. April 5th is Hands Off Protest. We're doing it in Boston. They're doing it in all 50 states. Get up, stand up, whatever you need to do. Get angry. Now's the time. We're coming out in numbers. We're doing this. Stand with us, all right? 10 toes down. Hands off. Hands off Social Security. Hands off Medicaid. Hands off our future, our futures, our children's futures. Hands off all of it. Stop threatening us and don't take it lying down anymore. April 5th, show up.
So there is a website that is dedicated to this, and it's thirdact.org/act/hands off. Hands off, right? And on the website, it says this: Donald Trump and Elon Musk think this country belongs to them. They're grabbing everything that they can, and it's up to us to push back. So on April 5th, today, we'll take to the streets with a clear message: hands off. Our role is to bring the power and wisdom of elders to this movement, making sure our voices are heard loud and clear. Our goal is to promote and mobilize attendance at these events happening across the country. Okay.
Hi, real quick, April 5th will be the largest collective day of action since Donald Trump took office. 50 state, 600 event wide protest. And if for some reason you don't see your city or area on the list of places that are hosting an event, there's still time for you to host an event, or you can find an event. If you can't make it out to the streets, you can use the social toolkit to participate. We've of course already got an event scheduled here in Rochester. This is a really big deal, and I think it's made especially big by the fact that it isn't led by the establishment Democrats or left. And also to stand up to the Trump administration as they continue to gut vital services like the post office and Medicaid. Again, you can find the link in my bio. April 5th, Collective Day of Action. It's being called #HandsOff.
So they even have a checklist, okay? And they said this is for peaceful protest checklist for the national protest for today. It says, before you go, tell a trusted friend your plans and check in time. Fully charge your phone and bring a portable charger if possible. They couldn't even spell possible correctly. They spelled it with one S, but I'll go on. So dress for comfort, closed-toe shoes, layers, sun protection. Avoid clothing with identifying logos unless intentional, but bring an American flag if you can. Well, that's nice. I'm glad to see that they're trying to be patriotic. It says phone safety. Use a passcode only. Turn off fingerprint and face ID. Turn on airplane mode when not active. They took the E off of active. Using phone. Disable location services if not needed. Back up your phone in advance. What to bring? Water bottle. Then there's some kind of gibberish right here. I don't know if you can see that. Something NILN. I can't even see what that says. This says light snacks, protein bar, fruit, etc. ID. Leave unnecessary items home. Apostrophe T after items. Okay. Small amount of cash. Face mask. Health and privacy. Oh boy. Okay. Notepad and a pen to write down names and details if needed. Sign or banner. Optional. Keep it light and easy to carry. Mental preparation. Take a few deep breaths before leaving. It's always good to do. Remind yourself of your purpose. Stay peaceful and composed. Even or even? Okay, you put an M instead of an N. I'm just okay. If others aren't. It says during the protest, stick with a group if you can. Stay aware of exits. Surroundings. You mean surroundings. Okay. And crowd energy. Do not engage with agitators or provocation. Take photos, videos safely, especially if documenting events. You mean documenting events? Okay. Who wrote this up? I'm just asking. Stay safe, stay strong, stay grounded. Peaceful change is powerful change. Maybe if you learned how to spell, we would be in a better place. Okay, so I thought, the last time we spoke about them having anything, like I said, they were going to be quiet and something like that. So what changed? Anybody in the back have a no? Okay, I'm sorry. I just I think that we should all be aware of what they're doing in case we come into danger.
How to stay safe at a protest. We have a big one coming up on April 5th. Before you go, tell a friend or family member where you're protesting. Bring a buddy to the protest. On your body, take a Sharpie and write the number of someone you can call in case you're arrested. Probably won't happen, but it's good to be prepared. April 5th is a peaceful, legal protest. This particular protest is not an act of civil disobedience. If you don't know the difference between a lawful protest and civil disobedience, please look that up now, then come back and watch the rest of this video. Many of these protests will be totally peaceful and they're going to come off without a hitch. However, Trump and some of his supporters, either paramilitary groups or the police in some areas, are planning counter-protests. If anyone starts yelling or becoming aggressive, do not match their anger. Take a deep breath, create space, leave yourself a path to exit the situation. The goal on April 5th is to protest peacefully and avoid conflict. There may be feds or cops pretending to be protesters. If you see a protester initiating any violence, assume they are a plant. Trump would love an excuse to unleash violent force or even martial law. Regarding phones, some people say don't bring them or bring a burner. Realistically, most people will bring their phones. If you do, turn off biometrics. Biometrics are the facial ID and fingerprints you use to open the phone. There's a rule in the law. Cops cannot make you punch in a code to open your phone, but they can make you look at your phone or touch it if that's how you access it. To turn off biometrics on an iPhone, if you're in a hurry, press the side button 5 times, then slide the off button. Your biometrics are off until the next time you enter your password. It's recommended you wear a mask and sunglasses and a hat. Bring water and some snacks. Water can also flush out tear gas. Bring earplugs. It's unlikely, but in Europe, sound weapons that emit painful, loud siren sounds have been used to incapacitate protesters. These sound beams can only direct their painful beam in a straight line, so if that happens, move to the side as quickly as possible. If there is violence, try to record it. Try to avoid filming any identifying features of any protester. If you post photos or videos later, scrub metadata from anything you post. Look up how to do that online. Don't bring your car, your license plate can be tracked. And lastly, take a deep breath and remember, as Jane Fonda said recently, we are in our documentary moment right now. They may at times be louder, but we're stronger, and we will win this fight. On April 5th, we will show them the power of a day of peace. See you out there.
When I looked all of this up, and I did some research of what a hands-off protest is supposed to be about. Okay, it typically refers to a form of demonstration or activism where participants deliberately avoid physical confrontation, interference, or direct engagement with authorities, objects, or other people. It's supposed to be a non-violent approach, emphasizing restraint and often relying on symbolic gestures, presence, passive resistance to make a statement. The term can vary in meaning depending on context. Sometimes it's literal, like keeping hands raised or visible to signal peacefulness. So if you see like a whole bunch of people like in your city, and they're walking around like this, okay, while other times it's figurative, implying a refusal to escalate tension. For example, in some historical protests, participants have stood silently with their hands up or apart to show that they are unarmed or they're not a threat, as seen in certain like civil rights or anti-police brutality movements. In contrast with more active tactics like blockades or sit-ins that might involve physical contact or obstruction. So I hope that, explains a little bit more. But I think we all know that there's nothing peaceful or quiet or non-violent about them, especially when they get into large groups. There's a lot of shouting, and sometimes violence, and that's not something that I condone. Okay, I condemn it, and I think a lot of us do. I can only imagine the kind of videos and pictures that we're all going to be seeing in the next coming few days. So, if you hear about anything like this going on, near you or around you, let me know. Because like I said, I don't think that this is a good idea. I really don't. I think that, this type of thing should not, I understand, okay, freedom of speech, freedom of expression, okay, yeah, I get it. But they are constant. They don't stop. They don't sit down. They're like a toddler. They don't sit sit down. You know what I mean? It's like dealing with my 4-year-old nephew. Sit. You know what I mean? And I don't know. But anyway, I just wanted to bring it to your attention of what's happening today. So yeah, I have a busy day. In about 30 minutes, I have the gender reveal party is starting. So I will take lots of pictures and hopefully some video, and I will upload all of that stuff for you guys, okay? So you can see what we are to be expecting in October. Okay, I will see you guys later. Okay, you stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fearless.